Good evening, everyone. I'd like to bring this meeting to order. Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would everybody please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our Ukrainian refugees and all our refugees throughout the world. Thank you. Please take a seat. Do a roll call, please. Trustee Hagen? Present. Trustee Sauberman? Present. Trustee Corrigan?
Present.
And Trustee Alpert?
Present.
Talk about our upcoming meetings. We have a workshop meeting is scheduled for Monday, March 28th, 2022 at 7 p.m. We have a regular meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. And we have a workshop meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 25th, 2022 at 7 p.m. It is now past 7:02. Let's have this is a reference to XTEL communication. That would be the Avon property there. That was with the attorneys and the buyer, that was adjourned to a later date because they felt they would want to repost it. So we're not naming it with a date now because they felt it had gone on so long, they wanted to repost it at that time. So that's where that stands. And then we have also, I guess I'll make a motion to adjourn it to a later date. Do I have a motion?
Motion, Trustee Corrigan.
Do I have a second?
Second, Trustee Alpert.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Okay, we now have I'm going to open up a public hearing for a community development block grant. I would like Fred Rella to come up and explain it, all the factors that were taken into play and what came forth, and then if the public wants to say anything, they're more than welcome to.
Okay, good evening, Board. The Community Development Block Grant is a annual grant that we apply for with Rockland County. It's federal money, which is coming from HUD, Housing and Urban Development. They give the money to the county, then the county puts out a solicitation where we apply for it as a municipality, or other organizations can apply as well. One of the requirements for us to apply is that we have to...
Fred, a little bit louder if you don't mind.
One of the requirements is that we have to have a citizen advisory committee, and that is made up of a cross-section of individuals within the community, for example, senior citizens, business owners, people who work for the village and alike. I want to thank those members. We had to hold 2 members, and we had to hold 2 meetings, and we had to do it rather rapidly because the application is due at the end of the month. So I want to thank Ernie Bosco, Cathy Van Sickle, Charlie Rogers, Francis Glick, who is here in the audience tonight, Teresa Shedler, Charles Sawicki, who's the head of our DPW, and then myself. So the block grant has to go into a low to moderate income area of the municipality as defined by the census data, okay? And we used to have 2 areas, now we're down to just 1 area within the village, okay? And that 1 area is within the West Ward, starting from West Maple Avenue, going towards the athletic fields, and then up onto like Orange Avenue, past parking lot A, and to basically Route 202. All right, so it's really a small area. There's not a lot of residences within that area, but we did look at a number of projects that we could potentially do. I'll just tell you like a couple of them. One was to repair the wall, which is deteriorating over at Haggerty Park. Another one was to repair the deteriorating wall on Chestnut Street at the underpass, which is going underneath Orange Avenue and the train. You can see that wall is falling apart. That would also involve New Jersey Transit. Another one was looking at the athletic field road going down the hill and then towards the DPW, which is deteriorating. You'll see some potholes, cracks, and et cetera. And we do hold a number of community events there, as well as the Little League, football, and et cetera. So what we did come up with, though, the project was to repave parking lot A. Parking lot A is about a 1-acre lot, holds about 100 cars, and it's next to the State Farm Insurance Building and across from the old Olay. The estimated cost to repave that lot is $220,000. We're going to apply for a grant for $200,000, which is the maximum amount the county would award. Plus, they like to see a contribution from the municipality itself, which is 10%, and that would be the remaining $20,000. So total is $220,000, and I think that pretty much covers it. So if you want to open the public hearing, that'd be great.
Yeah, can I have a motion to open the public hearing on the community grant?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Corrigan.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Do we have any community members that would like to say anything in reference to this grant? I mean, it's a common thing, Fred, give them a little more education there, that we do get community grants, correct?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We tend to get more than any other municipality within Rockland County or any other organization. So we're very proud of that effect because we work as a team. You know, the DPW, myself, Mike Genito, or whatever, the mayor, the council, whatever, you know, departments are involved.
And you're a good smoozer too, I assume, right? So, fine. All right,
Has nothing to do with the grant writer, I'm sure.
Okay. Seeing I see no public comments, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Corrigan.
Motion, Trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Hagen.
Second, Trustee Hagen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Okay, thank you. We do have a resolution that needs to be passed for this application, saying that we're going to be applying for the $220,000 and that we will also contribute the $20,000. So you have that before you. They do like to see a unanimous vote for it. You know, vote the way you like, but I'm just telling you what they do like to see.
I have it here, Fred. You cut the line on us, but I'll do it for you, Fred, because you want to get home to the wife, obviously. Okay? So I'd like to, can I have a motion, please? A resolution accepting the Village of Suffern Citizen Advisory Committee recommendation for the 222 CDBG grant application to submit it for the parking lot A repaving project. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion, Trustee Albert. Second, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Trustee second, Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you very much.
Fred, very much. Keep up the good
Thank
work. A
you,
lot of
Fred.
grants. Keep working up those grants, okay?
I will.
Keep looking for us, all right? We're trying to survive here in Suffolk.
Every grant we manage to succeed in getting, which is through your efforts, helps keep the taxes low. Not low, lower. Thank you.
Okay, I guess attorney, but we already did the Excel communication. I see Avon's in the audience, so I want to show you respect. I don't know if you're aware that wasn't on tonight? Okay, thank you, okay. If you wanted to say something, you could.
We just like to hear about community news.
Okay, we appreciate that. We know you did donate to the events recently. We do appreciate it. Our the community's coming together, and you're part of it, and we thank you, huh? Okay, now we have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract with Nelson Pope Voorhees for planning and engineering consulting services in connection with application to the Board of Trustees, Planning Board, and Zoning Board of Appeals. What this is for is Nelson Pope. They will contract with the Planning Board, Zoning Board, and and the Village Board, where the outside agencies, such as Brookfield, who's doing Novartis, come in. So we have an expert that they pay for, not out of taxpayers' money, which gets them to help us review that project, assist the Planning Board, the ZBA, and the Village Board. And this is the contract that's set in place and the prices that they have to pay them. So can I get a motion for that, please?
Trustee Sauberman makes such a motion.
Motion, trustee Sauberman. Can I get a second, please?
Second, trustee Hagen.
Second, trustee Hagen. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. We got the fire department?
Good evening, Mayor and Village Board. The first item on the agenda for the fire department is the acceptance of a new member for the volunteer hose company, Katrine Delaney.
Okay. Need a motion?
Just a discussion. Okay, I'm going to make a resolution for a new member to the volunteer hose company, Katrine Delaney?
Correct.
Correct? Okay, then she's gone through all your rigorous approvals, personally
Correct, yep.
meeting with everyone and doing what she needs to do. So, can I get a motion to approve Katrine Delaney, please?
Motion, trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Second, trustee Alpert.
Second by trustee Alpert. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. And the second and final item on the agenda is the approval for the LoSAP administrator to post the preliminary report for 30 days in the firehouses.
I don't think we did a motion for that. You're just going to post it, correct?
Yeah, no, I don't, you're just posting it and then you'll
Just
come
post
back.
it now,
for
and we'll come back and do it.
A resolution,
Okay?
right.
Can you do me a favor? Could you explain to the general public what LoSAP is? I mean, it's like a retirement plan, isn't it? A service award program for what?
Yeah, it's the length of service award program. Basically, members have to contribute at least 5 years to be vested, and every year after that, they accrue more towards their retirement. When they hit the age of 62, I believe,
Right.
they can start collecting.
So they get so many points, they get so many points for so many fire calls, for so many services and different things they do. And then if they do at least 5 years, they get a retirement from the village, which goes on all over the county and all over the state. So and the more year you get, the more points you get, the more you get. With there's a certain max. They're not living with $100 grand, they're living with a few $100s a month to help them in their senior years for all the good efforts and volunteerism they did.
It's paid by the state.
Paid by the state, that's it. Anything else, sir?
No, that's all.
Thank you very much, Chief.
I have a question for you, actually. I heard sort of through the grapevine that there was some issue on govbids.com selling the old truck that has been replaced.
I wouldn't say it was an issue. The highest bidder wasn't the amount that we thought we were going to get for it. It was a few $1,000s less. So there was some discussion on what we should do with it at that point. And I had a conversation with Mr. Genito, and Mr. Curley was involved. And the highest bidder amount was $6,800, and I believe that's what we're going to go with.
I see, so we're going to end up selling it for less than we originally anticipated?
Yeah, we had estimated approximately $10,000.
I see. Is it not worth putting it up a second time or something like that, or?
How much did? 6,800.
I lose that blackjack every time. Just let you know, you could throw it up there again, but if you don't get any bids, and there's that one bidder that bid below $6,800, and they see that you didn't get any other bids, my guess would be, if I was a gambler, I'd bet less than $6,800 for that truck.
I see what you're saying. So you can't have a...
And also, the scrap metal wasn't worth more than $2,000, I think it
I
was,
see.
right?
And you can't put like a minimum?
Well, they did. 5,000 was the minimum.
I see.
And also it stays on our insurance, correct? While it's sitting there, so if we
Yes,
sell it, it's off
yes,
our
it
insurance, so.
Okay, so it's basically you're going to sell it, but not for as much as we had hoped. All right, thank you.
Anything else?
We're good, Chief. Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
service. I see you're going
Thank
out
you.
at night, see you getting them calls and all those things.
Yeah, we've been steady. We're pretty busy, so.
I've been listening to them. I have a little thing that hears them, so it's waking me up. That's okay, but if you gotta wake up, I'll wake up, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your service.
We need Chief Loughlin with the police department, please.
Good evening, Mayor and board members. In the month of February, the police department responded to 785 calls for service. I just have a couple things to update the board on. It's basically what we went over in the workshop meeting. This past Thursday, we hosted our annual DARE snow tubing trip at Camp Call Mountain from 6 to 8 p.m. The trip was open to all RP Connor 5th grade students. The trip was very well attended. The kids had a great time. And, having said that, I'd just like to thank the mayor and the board for allowing us to continue these types of events for the kids. They really enjoy it. So thank you for that. Registration is now open for the spring season of DARE hockey. Registration is open to all Suffern Middle School and high school students. Any students wishing to register can follow the links on our website or our Facebook pages or pick up a registration form at the police department. I also discussed in the workshop meeting, we've been working on developing a community survey that will be available electronically to all residents and business owners to fill out. We're in the very early stages of developing the survey, but some ideas we had, we'd like to poll the public on their general thoughts about the level of service that we provide, their satisfaction in general with public safety and Suffern, any specific interactions with members of our department, and what areas or programs they'd like to see us improve on. We're open to suggestions or comments from the board if they'd like to see anything specific included in the survey, but at this point, I just wanted to make you aware that we were planning it and give you some time to think about if there's anything you'd like to see in the survey.
What's the timeline that you plan to distribute?
It won't be before the next meeting. I mean, once I get a draft together of what we're looking at putting out, I'll submit it to the board for the board to take a look at, and then if anybody's got any ideas or want to see any changes, we're open to that. So. I have one agenda item for the board's consideration tonight. At this time, I would like to respectfully request that the board nominate Mr. Tyler Stark to the position of police officer full-time. This nomination will allow the Rockland County Department of Personnel to clear him for appointment. The position is a currently budgeted for position, and this nomination would be to fill a vacant position. Tyler, can you just stand up? Tyler Stark is here tonight. I just wanted to have him, come so you can put a face to the name. Mr. Stark is a Suffern High School graduate and a village resident, and I should note that he was the starting goalie for the Suffern hockey team the last time they won the New York State Championship. Hopefully the team's going to pull off another one this year, so go Mounties, let's keep our fingers crossed. After graduating Suffern High School, he went on to earn his bachelor's degree in sociology from the University of Buffalo, while continuing to play Division I hockey for them. After graduating college, Mr. Stark started working for our department as a part-time dispatcher and attended the Rockland County Police Academy while doing so. He successfully completed the police academy and is currently employed as a part-time police officer in both the village of Harriman and the village of Tuxedo Park. And he also continues to work for us in his capacity as a dispatcher. He's already familiar with many of our computer systems and procedures and holds several certifications in addition to the training he received at the police academy. I believe Mr. Stark will be an asset to the police department, the village, and all of his residents, so at this time I respectfully request that the board nominates him to the position of full-time police officer.
Just wait there. Okay, I'd like to, first of all, I know Mr. Stark, I see him working hard in the police department down there all the time. He's always been nothing but a gentleman. I heard nothing but good things in the community about him. I met his parents throughout. I got to know his parents actually during COVID more than any time. They came and ordered a lot to go, and they were supporting all the restaurants and stuff, and as he was. He lives in the community. I see him as a great credit to the police department, and I think he's really going to do well. This is just a nomination now. He'll then get, as the chief said, he'll get approved, they'll come back, and then we'll have to take the vote for him. So tonight, I want to put a resolution forth nominating Tyler Stark as a probationary police officer in the village of Suffern. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Corrigan.
Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Alpert.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Tyler, would you mind coming up front here and saying hello to all the trustees and everyone, please? Huh? No one's ever done it this way, but I'm not the same. Come up front. Mrs. Trustee Alpert, Trustee Corrigan. Congratulations.
Hi, nice to see you.
Village Clerk, Melissa Reimer. Michael Curley. Thank you. Attorney, Mr. Magrino here. Trustee Sauberman.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Trustee Hagen. Okay? Thank you very much, okay?
That's all I have unless the board has any questions.
That's all. Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Culture and Recreation, please.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Village Board. Feels like forever since I've seen you, just yesterday. Yesterday was wonderful. I want to thank the board, and I want to thank Mayor Curley for all that the whole village did yesterday. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was a really wonderful event at the center, and I thank you as always. So my brief update is the tentative Village of Suffern 2022 events. I believe you have the list. We talked about it at the workshop. If I can get approval for those, we could start to get the calendar out, we can get the word out, and start getting everybody information about our events. So that's my hope tonight.
Cathy, as I mentioned, we're going to keep the pool open to 8 o'clock again this year.
Yes.
Some residents, as I was walking around the neighborhoods, that was a big concern, and go the extra hour.
Right.
And there was a big demand for a hula hoop contest against the mayor. So that'll come later.
I've been hearing.
I mean, there are some people requesting that the chief of police get involved in it, so we're going to have to talk about that also, okay? But he looks like he's a ringer, so I don't know if I want him in it. But we'll see what happens with that. But there's a lot of, we're going with new activities. We're trying to bring the families in more, the family attitude, the family, that way of life here.
Yeah.
We do many things for the seniors, and we're not lessening anything with the seniors. We're going to actually increase senior events.
Yep.
We're supplying them with the same funds we always have to the seniors, but I just think the family unit is so much more, and we're working on it as a team, as a community. So thank you very much, Cathy, and great job you did
Thank
that
you.
event, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. It was wonderful yesterday again. Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have opening for public comment. Anyone from the public who would like to say anything, you're more than welcome to come up now. Except for Joe Hunt.
Good evening, Board and Mayor.
Hi, Joe.
My name's Joe Hunt. I'm with the CSCA, Village of Suffern Unit 8369. Again, I know your workshop and to your board meeting was short, and in your workshop you brought up that you wanted to go live, but you didn't advertise it, as you can see. So I think you guys should work on that.
Well,
There's
listen,
a lot of my
I've been coming to
members.
meetings for years, Joe, and this is about what we get, but that's okay. We're actually working on, if you would have talked to me all week, I was here all week, we're actually working on Zoom. We talked with Mike and Steve. We're actually going to make them Zoom at the same time. We have to buy
Awesome.
more equipment, so...
Because half my members are home waiting for the Zoom to turn on.
Well, good, you're going to have to call them up then, Joe. Turn your phone on, let them
You
listen.
told Topper that you're going
But you
Zoom
could ask-
tonight.
You could have asked me today. I saw you all day, Joe, all right? Yeah, but we are working on it, and Mr. Genito was working on it. Clerk was-
understand that.
And actually Steve Alpert. Actually, it's a big concern to us, but we wanted to go, we have reason we wanted to go live now. There was a request, so we did. But there's going to be, there's funds we have to spend to do it properly. I've actually talked with Mr. Simon here, who's been very helpful, so, and we will have that for the people, Joe, all right? And he will have it afterwards, go ahead and he'll put it up as soon as he can, and usually very quick. So the
I'm
people
not here
can-
busting
the
your
people
chops,
can-
I'm just
No, I didn't
trying
take
to
it,
make it better.
Mr. Hunt, I never took it that way. I just wish you'd
you use,
communicate better with me beforehand, I would have told you this.
You use constant contact and all your avenues of Facebook to put out there.
Yes.
Maybe we should have done that at short notice, just to get more people involved
Right.
from the community.
Right. Yeah,
I'll
no,
hear-
we agree. We want people to know. We're big on that. In fact, we probably communicate as much as anyone ever has in years in this village.
No, I understand
Even
that.
the police department's
The
doing
only
more.
thing missing is that electrified truck.
What's that?
Your electrified truck, saying that there's a board meeting tonight.
Well, that's a little too expensive for the village. I'm trying to keep the taxes down, Mr. Hunt, okay? Right. But it would be nice if your members come next month, too. We like their participation. Thank you for your time, Mr. Hunt.
How lucky am I to have to follow that?
Bruce, you seem to always have the best luck on following.
Always. Where's Aldi Ambrosio when you need him? That's all I'm waiting for now. Good evening, Mayor and Board. It's Bruce Simon representing the Village of Suffern Community Foundation, just reminding everyone in the audience, everyone watching home, and all the board members that this coming Saturday, we have not just Battery Saturday downstairs here at Village Hall. It's a drive-through event. Even though we seem to be on the better side of COVID, it is still a drive-through, socially distant event. You pull up with your wares, your batteries, your light bulbs, your paint cans, your medications, not any sharps, please, pills, everything. And we'll have people take them out of the car, and these things will be properly disposed of rather than go in the garbage, which is not where they belong and which costs us a lot of money. Much better to do it this way. Now, since this is going to get asked, as I turn away from this, Steve, not just Battery Saturday, is this Saturday, this coming Saturday from 10 A to 1 P at Village Hall. We've had this conversation a few times in the past. I've just figured I wanted to make sure you understood.
And no tires.
No tires. And I want to thank the Village Board for allowing us to do this. And I want to thank my family, my brothers in the CSEA, the DPW workers. They always come out. They do yeoman's work, I believe is the term. And we couldn't do it without them. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the volunteer work you do for this village, Bruce.
I gotta pay now.
Okay. Being out of here, no more public comment. I'd like to make a motion to close the public comment portion.
Motion.
Motion by Frank Hagen, second.
Second by Trustee Sauberman.
Trustee Sauberman. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Charles Sawicki, Public Works, Department of Public Works.
Good evening, Board.
Hi, John.
First item is requesting authorization to extend the agreement with Genito Morangi, Inc. for the refuse and recycling collection container service for a period of 2 years expiring May 31st, 2024.
Okay, just so, I'll explain it. If I'm wrong, you can jump in, Charles, okay? The village actually sends out the bids for places like Stonegate and Bon Air, and their contract is coming up, but they have an extension. So it's be in their best interest to approve that extension with how prices are going up. So it's actually be in their favor at this point. So we're going to make a motion to extend that contract with Genito Morangi to try to keep the prices down for Bon Air and Stonegate. Could I please have a motion?
Trustee Sauberman makes such a motion.
Makes a motion, Trustee Sauberman. Could I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Corrigan.
Second by Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization to solicit bids for the Water Department chemicals with the bid due date March 22nd, 2022 at 3 p.m.
Could I get a motion in reference to the chemical?
Motion.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion by Trustee Corrigan.
Second by Trustee Hagen.
By Trustee Hagen. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization for payment application number 6 to Pittengarrow & Deutsch Consulting Engineers for the backup power for critical facilities project in the amount of $215.13.
Can I get a resolution to authorize a payment for application number 6? Got a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion, Trustee Albert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Corrigan.
Second, Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization for payment application number 6 to Pittengarrow & Deutsch Consulting Engineers for the hardening of water treatment plant project in the amount of $834.72.
Can I get a motion authorizing the payment application number 6 to Pittengarrow & Deutsch Consulting Engineers for the hardening of water treatment plant project? Can I get a motion, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Do I have a second?
Trustee Sauberman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization for payment application number 1 to TAM Enterprises, Inc. for the hardening of water treatment plant project in the amount of $51,110.
Can I get a resolution authorizing payment for application number 1? Can I get that motion, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Trustee Corrigan, motion. Can I get a second?
Second, trustee Hagen.
Second, trustee Hagen. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization for payment application number 1 to Meal Electric Company for the hardening of water treatment plant project in the amount of $11,637.50.
Do I get a motion for the resolution authorizing payment application number 1 to Meal Electric Company for the hardening of water treatment plant project? Can I get that motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion, trustee Alpert. Second, please.
Trustee Sauberman.
Second, trustee Sauberman. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization for payment application number 1 to Hush Maintenance Corp. for the backup power for critical facilities project in the amount of $22,467.50.
Can I get a motion for resolution authorizing the payment of application number 1 to Hush Maintenance Corp. for the backup power for critical facilities managed? Can I get that motion, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Trustee Corrigan, can I get a second, please?
Trustee Hagen.
Second, trustee Hagen, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Requesting authorization to approve change order number 1 for the wastewater treatment plant upgrades project contract 1E to Meal Electric Company.
Can I get a motion authorizing change order number 1 to Meal Electric Company for the wastewater treatment plant upgrades project contract 1E? Can I get that motion, please?
Trustee Sauberman moves such a
Motion, trustee
motion.
Sauberman. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Hagen.
Second, trustee Hagen. All in favor? Aye. All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization to approve change order number 1 for asbestos abatement for the hardening of water treatment plant project. That's the Gosher NYCR 0255 is the number on that
Can I
project.
get a motion? Can I get a motion authorizing change order number 1, TAM Enterprises, Inc. for asbestos abatement for project 2021-005, Gosher NYCR 0255, hardening water wells? Can I get that motion, please?
Motion, Trustee
Motion,
Alpert.
trustee Alpert. Second, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Second, trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization to solicit formal bids for a 10-foot galleon stainless steel dump body with a bid due date of March 24th, 2022 at 3 p.m.
I get a resolution. Can I get a motion authorizing solicitation of formal bids for a 10-foot gallon stainless steel dump body? Can I get a motion, please?
Motion, trustee Hagen.
Motion, trustee Hagen. Second, please.
Second, Trustee Sauberman.
Second, trustee Sauberman. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. Next item, requesting authorization to appoint Mr. Matthew Torres to a laborer's position with a starting salary of $18.85 per hour, starting or effective March 14th, 2022.
True. I just want to explain to a public that what had happened is when the gentleman had left from employment, so then there were other promotions, so this is not hiring a new position, it's filling a position that's in the budget. So can I please have a motion confirming Mayor Curley's appointment of Matthew Torres to laborer's position? Can I get a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Charles, thank you
Any other
very much,
questions?
okay? Charles, just tell them what you did with when you worked with Mike and how how you took the one $400,000 bid and we rearranged how you did the bid process, and you came up with about $51,000, huh?
Yeah, so what occurred there was, as a result of Wick's Law, particularly in it's the $500,000 threshold in Rockland County. So what's the requirement there is to break up the various disciplines. You have a general contract, electrical contract, and in this case, it was a asbestos abatement contract. Gosher did not receive any bids for the asbestos abatement. So it was Gosher decided to allow the general contractor to address the abatement through a change order. So he solicited a couple of prices. The high price was 400 and, I don't have the exact numbers in front of
400 plus, yep.
Do you have that in front of 467 or something like that? The lower bid was 355 or 358, something in that order. So we recognized that it's just an extraordinary amount of money. So we decided to ask our third-party monitor, who he monitors does a baseline monitoring of the air during abatement, to perform a site-specific work plan, and also to prepare a variance, an asbestos variance that he could be submitted to the New York State Department of Labor for approval. That allowed him to change. It was very specific to the project, to change how the contractor was allowed to abate the work. So that was all prepared and solicited, and we got a price coming back with the contractor markup of just under $51,000. So
very good.
That was quite a savings.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I just want to point out, a good lawyer once told me, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. He told me that between Mike and Charles working on this, by the way they thought things out and changed the method of doing stuff, not just going by every way the government tells you, but working with the government to make things happen, you can save a lot of money, and they saved us a lot of money working together. I just want to thank Mike Genito and Charles Sawicki. That's why I brought that out. Thank you. Mike Genito, please. Treasurer, please.
Yes, good evening, Board. We have a number of resolutions. The first one is to transfer funds from the contingent account to the building services account, and that essentially is back in the summer of 2021. We had that's this fiscal year, we had to replace the air conditioning units in the police department. It amounted to about $24,500 to do that. We thought building services would cover that cost, but as the year went on, we ended up spending money as we normally do through that account. And so that unanticipated expenditure, which is what contingency is all about, we're asking that the money be transferred from the contingent account to the building service account.
Can I get a motion to transfer funds from contingent account to building service, please? Can I have that motion, please?
Trustee Sauberman.
Motion by Trustee Sauberman. Can I have a second, please?
Second, Hagen, Trustee
Second,
Hagen.
Trustee Hagen. All in favor? Aye. All against? Motion passed.
Thank you. The next one is to amend the current general fund budget for the Justice Court consultant line. Essentially, we have two clerical positions in the court that have not been filled all year, and in order to process the work, the court has been using a consultant, the former Justice Court clerk, and as such, the money is being spent out of that line rather than the salary line. So this is simply to move the money from the salary line to the consultant line until we get the employees replaced.
Can I have a motion for that, please?
Motion, Trustee
Motion,
Hagen.
Trustee Hagen. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Trustee
Sauberman.
Second, Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Good, Mike. Yes, go ahead. Yes,
The next resolution is to authorize the mayor to sign a contract for auditing services with Berard and Associates, CPAs, for the next 3 years. Essentially, we went out to bid, our RFP for these services, professional services. 9 different firms picked up our RFP. 3 firms actually submitted proposals, and Berard was the lowest cost proposal. They also happen to be our current CPAs.
Can I get a motion authorize the mayor to execute a contract with Baird and Associates, CPAS, for professional auditing services?
I so move.
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion, Trustee Albert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Sauberman. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
The next 2 resolutions are to authorize public hearings on the budget. As you know, that's going to be coming up. The April 4th is the date that we've asked that the public hearing on the tentative budget and also on the water and sewer rates, 2 separate public hearings, one on the budget and one on the adoption of the water and sewer rates, take place on April 4th.
Can I have a motion authorizing those public hearings, please?
I so move. Trustee Sauberman.
Trustee Sauberman moves. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Second, Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed.
And that's it for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Dio.
you.
Okay, the trustees, do we have anything to bring up or say or talk about? Or?
Yeah, are you able to tell the public how much money we raised for that fundraiser? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'll be telling in my report in a second, okay?
Sure.
Is that your question? Anyone else have anything to say?
I thought it was a fantastic event, and I really think it shows what this village is and what this village will do, and it was phenomenal. It was a very proud moment.
Yes.
So yesterday was a fantastic day.
I'm in complete agreement. It was a fantastic event. Thank you for coordinating that, Mayor.
Thank you for
Everybody that
participating,
helped,
everyone.
and it was a group effort for sure. Thanks, everybody, if I missed anybody.
Yes, sir. I guess it's my turn. I like standing up and talking. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy, maybe, or modern guy. I'm not sure which it is, all right? I guess I want to, I've been talking to Chief, okay? This year, we're going to, in our budget, we're going to do a police car with the regular budget. Then there's going to be a second bar to government funds, to ARPA funds. But we also had come up with a new idea when I was sitting with Mr. Genito here, and then we contacted the chief of police, and they seemed to be in on it. Throughout the years, there's been a lot of money raised through DARE funds. Probably about 80,000, 90,000 sitting there. We also have this beautiful canine dog here, and so what we're looking into, and it seems like it's probably could happen, Chief, that we could actually buy another police car that's used for DARE funds, that's used for the kids. So I think it's important to not just use that police dog for police work, but to teach the kids of our community, to show them all the good things. And so far, I have to admit, your DARE officer is doing that. But the police dog came to me behind your back, Chief. He came to me, see me, and he had some complaints. He's not forming a union yet, but he wants a little more food, a little better food. He wants a fundraiser for him from the community where he gets a little extra food. And he said he wants to see the kids more in the community. So he's not going to look for another job. He's going to stay with us. But I'm going to ask you to, just deal with the DARE officer and the K-9 officer, and let's see what we can do to bring the dog around the kids. The dog came to me behind your back, but he's allowed to come over your head to see the mayor, all right? I also like to talk about, we have other projects going on. Brookfield, who bought the Novartis property, the old Novartis property, is planning on putting about 1,000,001 square foot buildings there, about 3 buildings they're putting. One's going to be over 900 and something thousand square feet. That will bring in a lot of more tax revenues for us. It'll also bring in building fees. It'll bring in water fees and sewer fees. It helps to take the load off all the taxpayers that we've been experiencing for so long. It's in the planning board's hands now. it was brought to us, but when they brought it to us, there was a few things wrong with it, and Terry Rice and Mr. Magrino recognized it, so they had to fix a couple things. They fixed it, and they're going to move ahead. And I would only hope the planning board would not do things the same old way. That when something comes up, we have a meeting once a month. If we could then maybe say, okay, this month, oh, we'll do it next month, but we have a second meeting that month, so we move it along. If we can work together on these kind of things, we can get these projects going quicker, all right? We also have another project here, the Avon folks, which we are talking to, and I've had meetings, and there's more meetings going on. We have a comprehensive plan going on in this great village. And that comprehensive plan will actually help these projects move quicker, because we can put them into the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan, it's the Nelson Pope, that's who's doing it right now, has been collecting all kinds of information. They've been checking the parking lot, checking all kinds of zoning, so they're working on these things. So we're looking for ratables, we're looking to bring people in, we're looking to bring more families in, okay? We're also, I've talked with the building department. I said, listen, my concern is that we do not let people buy houses and not overcrowd those houses. Because if a person buys a house, and then all of a sudden there's locks on bedroom doors, there's locks on basements, first of all, it's against all kinds of fire safety, but it changes the neighborhood, the quality of the neighborhood. Then a person who would pay $500,000 for a house of family can't afford that house for $500,000 because the other person's paying $550,000. And they're paying $550,000 because they're getting illegal rents. I will not accept that. I don't care if it's my cousin. I won't accept it. It's not going to happen in Suffern, huh? Also, Mr. Sickle, it's another property that he came and sat down with me recently. He has over by the church there. He also wants to put some high-end apartments in, you might say. But I explained to him what some of the initial requests are. And when he comes back with that initial request, because they need a zone change, I will then present it to the board. I don't have that as of yet to present to you, huh? So I'm not here to make those decisions. We make those decisions as a board. We had our fundraiser yesterday. It was a great, Cathy did a good job. All the board members were there. Joe was working at the door. Melissa was working here. You know, Fred was running around taking pictures. Frank was eating from the buffet. We had a great time, okay? Steve was here, you know, and it was Frank, next time only 5 plates, okay? And it was a great time. This community working together on about a 6-7 day notice. I was walking around my restaurant and I said, geez, I got to do something here. I felt guilty. So I went on Facebook and I put out on Facebook, this community raised $15,000. $15,000, okay? Not by myself. It was a community effort. And we had some people that gave more, and we had, you know, it doesn't usually happen. We had senior citizens running out there writing their checks for $10 and, you know, of $20. And then we had some other people, but we didn't do it as we didn't do it as a money. We didn't go on, you know, just send me your money. We gave them an event where we brought people together. And we gave them music, and we gave them food, and you know what? And we gave them a good time. Because people all over the United States, but I find especially Suffern, have big hearts, and they really care about things. So I can go on and on, but I'm going to end here with that. But I have one more thing. I'm going to ask the clerk to present the budget. The budget's done. We finalized it today. I cannot take... I'm not going to sit here and take all the credit for this. I sat down with the department heads. I sat down with Mike Genito, and I'm going to give most of the credit to Mike Genito. And I'm going to give it to Mr. Sauberman, who worked on the budget last year, and Joe Corrigan, who worked on the budget last year, and Steve Alpert, who worked on the budget last year. I'm going to give them the credit that they're due. Right? I had to sit down and make decisions. But when you deal with Mike Genito, he's the best. There's no doubt about it, he's the best in the state. So it makes my life and job a little bit easier. But I'm going to, you gave me the budget, I'm going to let everyone know, I'm offering the Village of Suffern a 0% increase. There will be no increase in taxes in the Village of Suffern this year. That's our plan, it's in our budget, okay? We're moving ahead, okay? Now I still expect these ratables, and I'm gonna work with these people here to get them in quicker. And I'm gonna ask the planning board, and I'm gonna ask the ZBA, I left everyone in place. I didn't run a political machine here. I left everyone on that board that wanted to be on that board, because I want you here for Suffern. I want you here for Suffern. I thank you, Mr. Genito, I thank you for your hard work. I thank all department head for your hard work. And I guess we'll sit down, we'll probably be closing this meeting, we'll all have a good time soon, right? Okay, I've got to do the resolutions now for approval of January 31st, 2022 Board of Trustee workshop meeting. Can I get a motion to that, please?
Motion.
Motion by Frank Hagen. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Alpert.
Second by Trustee Alpert. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Can I get a motion for resolution approval of February 7th, 2022 Board of Trustee meeting minutes? Can I get that motion, please?
Motion. Trustee
Second?
Sauberman.
Second.
Motion made by
Trustee Sauberman.
Trustee Sauberman, second by Joe Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. I have a resolution of approval of February 11, 2022 Board of Trustees special meeting minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion, Trustee Albert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Hagen.
Second by Trustee Hagen. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Does anyone see any reason to go into, I have no reason to go into executive session. Does anyone on the board want to go into executive session?
No.
No. Being none, can I get a motion to close this hearing, this meeting, please?
I make such a motion. Trustee
Motion
Sauberman.
made by Trustee Sauberman.
Second, Trustee Corrigan.
Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Folks, have a nice day. Thank you for coming. Always a pleasure.